Welcome to our practice today, which will focus on flowing into stillness. So we'll take a moment to pause from our busy lives, everything that came before this moment, and everything that will come after. Let yourself find a most comfortable position of sukha or ease. You can be seated or lying down to start. And just pause for a moment and notice how you feel. And where can you soften in your body into stillness? Today's practice will introduce mudra or hand gestures, pranayama, breath awareness, breath regulation, as well as asana, postures. And we'll let our breath move our bodies, but let's always honor whatever our bodies need in this moment. So feel free to go off script, and I will just serve as a guide. And I'll start with inviting the bell 3 times. And let's see if we can let this beautiful sound, this sacred sound, emanate through our bodies. I am aware of my in-breath. I am aware of my out-breath. And I'll share a gatha by Thich Nhat Hanh. Listening to the bell, I feel my afflictions begin to dissolve. My mind is calm, my body relaxed. A smile is born on my lips. Following the sound of the bell, my breathing guides me back to the safe island of mindfulness. In the garden of my heart, the flower of peace blooms beautifully. Wherever you are, start to open your legs wide in a seated position. And we're going to start with a 3-part pranayama. It's called Durga Pranayama. And with our breath, we will first focus on the belly and let the breath rise in through the belly, and then up into the ribs, and then to the collarbone. And then we will use our hands to guide the chi or prana downwards. So bring your hands open to the side and lengthen through the top of your head. And with your in-breath, fill your belly and your ribs all the way up to your collarbone, and then bring the energy, let it flow downward. And again, inhaling, feeling through the ribs, all the way through the collarbone, and then feeling the current of prana, energy or chi flow down through the meridian of your body. Take a moment again to elongate your spine through the top of your head, and rising up, the breath comes in, belly, ribs, collarbone, and then flows down and through the body. Very nice. Durga Pranayama can improve our lung function, increases the oxygen that we bring into our bodies, and also can help reduce stress and anxiety. And this can help with our digestion. We're going to do a couple of movements today to help with digestion. Our affirmation today is, I flow into stillness with ease. So see if you can repeat this quietly to yourself or in your head if this resonates with you. I flow into stillness with ease. I flow into stillness with ease. And we'll continue with some yin movement and some hip opening. So bring your feet and plant them in front of you firmly on the earth. Maybe tap them a little bit to form that connection. And rise up through your spine. And now open your legs wide enough so that you have space, and move, if you have a glass of water or anything, move it to the side. And you're going to start with just letting your legs fall gently to the right and to the left, and maybe using your arms behind your body to feel the opening as well in the back and the shoulders and the ribs. And windshield wiping our legs to and from. And several of us are seated in the sunshine, so I'll try to adjust a little bit so that you can actually see me. The sunlight has found us. Let your legs come now over to fall so that your right knee is pointed to the right. And take your hands and frame your right knee. And we'll just start with a little bit of circular motion in either direction. Maybe repeating that 3-part breath. And feeling the hip start to open as we flow the water element through our bodies. And you can change direction, pausing wherever it feels most yummy. And tune into your own body awareness. Your fingers might be tented. And if it feels good to you, start to come down, handprint by handprint, towards the ground. Maybe at this point, you're resting on your forearms. And maybe you wish to come all the way down. And if you come down further, See if you can find stillness wherever your body has landed. And we're going to pause here for a moment, introducing some yin practice. And don't force the stillness because you still have your breath. But imagine if you were in water, that your breath is more like a gentle wave rising up through your back and releasing through your chest. And if your head is starting to feel heavy, maybe you bring it down with a fist under your third eye and between your eyebrows, pressing a little bit on the yin tang point. Or maybe you wish to come down even further. And feel the piriformis muscle and the right hip releasing. Relax your jaws. Your eyes might have naturally closed. And see if you can relax any tension in your shoulders and your temples and your fingers. And find stillness for a moment. When you're ready, bring your hands by your face and start to rise up very gently. And we will come back to our feet firmly planted on the ground in front of us and return to the sway of the hip opening, letting the knees come to the left and to the right. And anything in our practice that feels good to you. If there's a moment in your day that you need more stillness, maybe you remember one of these practices and you bring that to a moment in your day. Let's let our knees now land to the left and repeat what we did on the other side. So just starting with very gentle circular movement, rotating on the left hip, pausing wherever your body wishes, choosing to change direction when you wish, and being very careful to slow it down so that you don't cause any vertigo of the movement of the head. Remembering that if any movement doesn't land well in your body and doesn't feel good to you, you can try something different. So maybe it's just stillness and not the swaying. When you're ready, start to fold forward, maybe coming to forearms. Each side on your body will be different. Maybe coming down further. Trying the yin tang point if you wish. and feeling the stretch in the left piriformis muscle and all around the left hip, outer hip. Scanning your body for places that you can soften around the eyes, around the jaws. And letting yourself come even further into the pose if you wish, melting towards the earth. Maybe balancing on your forehead and reaching your arms forward. And see if you can find stillness. And when you're ready, framing your face and letting yourself come up very slowly and gently, finding your bearings, noticing where you are. And if you want, you can cross your legs now. We're going to practice for a moment with a mudra called Jala Shaya Mudra. Jala meaning water, and Shaya meaning calm, peace. In fact, the calm and peace is related to sleep and nighttime. So this mudra might be one that you wish to do towards bed. Jalashaya Mudra is the lake of serenity. And let's see if it can bring a cool and calm, sweet state. So we're going to start with rubbing our hands together and bringing a little warmth and energy into our fingertips. And then clasping all of our fingers together, except for the ring and the pinky fingers. Those two can meet and come together. I'll come a little closer so you can see. And take your right thumb and bring it over your left thumb. So the fingers are clasped, right thumb is over left, and the fourth and fifth fingers are outreached and touching. And we're going to bring the mudra, our hands, in front of our navel, like right below our navel center. And notice right away your breath awareness coming to this place of water element, the second chakra, right below your belly button. Scan your body for any places you might be holding tension. And then bring your awareness to your pinky fingers and your fourth fingers. Breathe in and out, maybe letting your eyes close gently if this feels safe. And visualize a cool moonlit lake, serene. No ripples, just the moonlight reflecting off this lake and the vast darkness. And take 5 breaths, 5 to 10 breaths on your own to your natural breath rhythm. This mudra can help our energy that is stuck become unstuck and bring flow, releasing stagnancy, opening us up to a fresh outlook and new possibilities. And when you're ready, release that and just let your wrists and fingers flow in a circular water-like movement up above your head towards the center, and then flow the prana or chi downward through the meridian of your body, feeling the warmth, feeling your life force. And we're going to now bring in some balasana flow. So if your knees are tender, you can put something soft beneath them and open your knees wide, letting your big toes come together behind you, leaning back, and then flowing forwards so your hands can reach out, finding your child pose. And rest here for a moment in stillness, pausing and finding your balasana in stillness, and then we'll introduce some movement. I'm going to share with you a reading from Rosemary Watola Trummer. On a day when stillness seems possible. On a day when stillness seems possible, and the river is a long white stroke of rolling and continuous surge, and the grass gone to seed, wavers in the wind, then stills. Wavers, then stills, and the swallows spiral. The leaf shadows spangle, and the ants braid a path across the stones. But I rhyme today with the cottonwood trunks, my own body unmoving in the breeze. It feels good in this moment to be more tree than cloud, more silence than song. So easily the stillness opens me, softens me. How simple, really, to do nothing. How is it so often I resist? If there is no in me now, I do not notice it. Stillness has made a home in me, and there seems to be nothing the stillness refuses. Come, it seems to say. There is room here for everything. It opens me wider. The world rushes in. And start to bring some flow or movement to your child. So this might look like coming forward into Sphinx. It might look like a flowing backwards and forwards, or even the beginnings of cat-cow. It might look like more of a sideways barrel roll, letting your hips bring you forward and then carrying you over to the left or the right. Be in your own space of movement right now, even if it looks like stillness. But ask your body, what type of movement does it need in this child flow? And let it be your own until you do find stillness in tabletop. And let your belly fall now and your chin rise with your inhale. And bring your chin down towards your chest and raise your back up. Inhaling as your belly lowers. One fluid movement like water. Exhaling as you press and round your spine upwards, tucking in. Noticing that your breath can lead your body in movement. And pausing in stillness at the top and bottom of our cat-cow. And now bringing ourselves back to stillness on all fours. And move, if you had something cushioning your knees, move that over to the side. And give ourselves some space. We're going to stretch our right calf back and rock gently forwards and backwards. And lean now back into the calf. Right leg is straight. And find stillness. And let your left knee start to turn and your right leg straighten. Position your left hand under your face and start to rise your right arm up to the sky. Deep inhale. Lots of options here. We can raise the right leg and introduce balance. Your gaze can be down at your left hand, or if you wish to test your balance, it can be up to the right. And now see if you wish to bring your right arm over your right ear. And to raise your arm back up to the sky, letting your leg come to the earth. And you're in a kneeling form of warrior, looking now over your left middle finger, both arms pointed out to T. Inhale and reverse, right arm finding right leg. And now let your arm come back down to the ground And you can try any variation that felt good to you, or even dancer, reaching your right hand towards your right inner foot. Flowing again into stillness, noticing the slight wobble that will always be there, and then finding your balance again. And releasing whatever posture you chose, letting your right hand and your right knee find the earth again, lowering belly, inhaling, and exhaling, pressing back. Inhaling and looking slightly up, exhaling, looking towards your belly. And now finding stillness for a moment and table again. And if your wrists are starting to get tender, you can curl your finger pads under and rest more on your knuckles. You can always come down into a dolphin posture, but that will change the integrity of the spine. Not too much longer on our wrists. Press our left foot back now and rock forwards and backwards, opening the calf on the left side. And opening now the right foot, and balancing more on the right hand and opening the left arm up to the sky. Left leg is out straight. Breathe here. And see if you can lift now your left leg, making sure you're looking away from anything that is moving. Find a place of stillness for your eyes, and maybe bring your right arm over your right ear, trying different flavors. And now rising up and turning our gaze to look over the right, kneeling warrior. Flowing back with your inhale, right arm comes up and left arm finds the back of the left thigh. And now flowing downwards again and trying any variation that feels good to your body, maybe dancer on this side. Seeing if you can find stillness. Releasing all of that, flowing back down to your mat space and pressing upwards now into downward facing dog. Deep, nourishing breaths. Seeing if you can release tension gently in the heels and back of calves. Opening through your upper back, imagining all the channels of breath flowing, opening, expansion. And we're going to flow forward into plank. You can bring your knees down if you wish. And when we flow back up into downward dog, this next time we're going to introduce Om and feel the vibration into our bodies. So flow forward into plank, inhaling, and then Om on our way back up. So Om. Inhale forward. And exhale the Om. Om. Once more, inhaling and exhaling. Om. Very nice. Crisscross your legs forwards until they find your hand space. And now you're in Uttanasana, or standing forward pose. Let your neck, your head nod yes very gently. And let your head now nod no very gently. Just releasing a little tension. Let your fingertips come off the ground and ragdoll your arms. Imagine raindrops coming down off your back and through your fingertips. And now see if you can find stillness. Bring your hands to touch the earth, and then halfway lift, rising your arms up behind you, or you could have little bird arms, so your hands could be on your hips. Lengthen through the top of your skull, and then fold forward, letting your hands run down your legs like water. And very slowly we're going to come up because we've had our head down for a while now. So let your hands find your feet and bring your hands to the fronts of your legs. And then slowly let your hands, almost like feet moving backwards, come up until they find your knees. Scoop so that your head is coming up very, very slowly. Until you're fully standing. And find your Tadasana, your standing, strong, powerful pose. Your gaze is soft, your hands are open wide. Roll your shoulders up and down and back. And roll slightly on your feet in a circular motion, opening your toes so that your feet find full connection to the earth, a stability. Notice how you feel. And bring your hands together in Jalashaya Mudra again. So your hands can clasp all your fingers except for fourth and fifth. Cross your right thumb over your left and bring this mudra in front of your belly. Five deep breaths at your own heart rhythm. Letting the calm moonlit lake come back to you. And now we'll release that mudra and let our feet come apart about hip width. Open and raise the toes and then let them plant again. And we'll bring back Durga or three-part pranayama. Rising our arms, inhaling to belly, to ribs, to collarbone. And then hands over our head, letting that prana, the warm, healing energy, flow through the meridian of our body. You might be able to actually feel this rising up, inhaling to belly, sipping in the air to ribs, to collarbone, and then exhaling and emptying all that does not serve you, but feeling the warm, nourishing prana come through your whole upper body. And once again, 1, 2, 3, and exhaling. And we're going to do a balance posture. So bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart center and firmly plant both feet, but especially feel the planting on the left foot. And start to twist your prayer over to the right. And now start to lift up your right knee as if it's moving towards left elbow. Find a drishti, a focal point, something not moving. Twisted prayer. Finding stillness when we wobble. Breathe into the tightness that might be still here in your body. Pull your right elbow further back. Gaze is soft. Relax the muscles around your jaw. And now start to twist forward, seeing if you can keep your right knee up. And then bring your right knee, your right foot back to the ground and open up now and let your arms slow down. Step a little wider and shake and release all attachment that you had, all the feelings of whether your balance was stable or not. Let it all go. And then let your body flow to stillness, not forcing it. And bring your feet a little bit closer. Raise your hands to prayer in front of your heart center. And start to twist to the left. And now feel that earth connection in your right foot. And start to lift your left knee up towards right elbow. But keep the integrity of your spine, so lift through your crown. It doesn't matter how much distance there is between your knee and your elbow. So choose to keep the integrity of Tadasana, or powerful pose, in all of your asana and postures, versus trying to get into a more, what you might think in your mind is more of the pose. And breathe into your left elbow. Strength building, balance finding, living in the wobble. See if you can return to the center with your left knee still raised. Deep inhale, releasing left foot to the ground and raising your arms up almost like you're swimming through the waters. Let's open our legs wide and do that, bending our knees and swimming up through the beautiful moonlit lake. Inhaling as we rise up and exhaling all that does not serve us. Inhale, rise up and exhale. So nice. And now bring your legs in slightly, heeling toeing. Bring your hands back to prayer and see if you can, with ease and grace, flow down into the stillness of Malasana. And your shape will look however your shape looks today. Maybe you'll be raising up a little bit on your toes. And you might need your hands touching the ground. But over time, your body will find more sukha or ease in Malasana. Press your knees wide, and your elbows help to open your hips. Deep inhale, and bring your hands around behind you. And your feet will find the ground. Hands find the front of the shins. Curl inwards and let yourself flow back, one vertebrae at a time, keeping your hands on your legs and your chin tucked. Until your back finds the earth. And now bring your knees in and wrap your arms around them and give yourself a big hug. Press your lower back or your sacrum down towards the ground and flatten the back of your head, loving what your body can do for you. Loving your body in this moment exactly how it is. Bring your hands to the front of your shins and take any rolling movements for the lower back, where sometimes we hold stress and tension. Roll that anxiety or stress right out of your body, giving yourself a little tender massage. You can do more frog-like movement with your knees or circular, or you can flow into stillness. And see how that feels. Let your left leg extend outwards and clasp your hands over your right shin so your right knee is bent. Windmaker pose. This can help soothe irritable bellies. If you ever have a little bit of a gassy tummy, or you've eaten something that hasn't agreed with you, you can try this. And let's let now the right leg stretch outwards and the left knee come inwards. And breathe into your belly and into your left hip. And open your arms wide to T and let your left foot find your right thigh and let it slide over the knee, over towards the ground, keeping your left shoulder on the ground in supine spinal twist. Look over to the left. Gaze is soft or eyes are gently closed. And breathe into the left hip. If you wish, you can bring your hand there in a circular motion and massage the hip and all those muscles real gently. Relax your jaws. And roll back to the center. Switching legs, so left leg extends. And now right foot finds top of left thigh. And start to lean over towards the left. But bring your gaze to the right hand. Relax your right shoulder. Let it soften towards the earth. And if you wish, you can bring your left hand and do that circular massage on your right hip. Very, very nice. And you can raise your feet now towards the sky and let your feet paint along the tops of the clouds. And if you wish, you can bring your hands over your head. And your feet can paint any beautiful organic designs. Maybe they're small circles, or maybe it's more of a bicycle motion, or maybe you wish to paint with wide openings. or the infinity sign. And now come to stillness and bring your hands down by your sides. And two choices here. If you wish to keep your legs up in waterfall for our final resting posture in the Shavasana, just find yourself a wall or the back of a chair or a couch and bring your legs up. And let your lower back melt into the earth. Or if you wish for a more traditional Shavasana, then find a pillow or a blanket, whatever you need, and make yourself a nice soft nest with something under your knees. If that feels good to your body, your hands can be gently resting by your sides, fingers stretched upwards, receiving, and feeling the connection of your physical body to earth, no matter how you choose to rest. In these final moments of our practice, and I'm going to share a little bit of a reading from a book called Silence, the Power of Quiet in a World Full of Noise by Thich Nhat Hanh. And I'll start with this quote. If we are not calm, we can't listen deeply and understand. But when our mind is calm, we can see reality more clearly, like still water reflecting the trees, the clouds, and the blue sky. Stillness is the foundation of understanding and insight. And enjoy this moment of stillness. The Essence of Stillness by Thich Nhat Hanh. When we release our ideas, thoughts, and concepts, we make space for our true mind. Our true mind is silent of all words and all notions, and is so much vaster than limited mental constructs. Only when the ocean is calm and quiet can we see the moon reflected in it. If we're truly silent, then no matter what situation we find ourselves in, we can enjoy the sweet spaciousness of silence. And start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And come back to a seat of sukha. I'll invite two sounds of the bell to close our practice today. May you flow through life with ease and find beautiful moments of stillness. And I thank you with sincere gratitude for sharing our practice together today. And if you enjoy this practice and you have the means and wish to donate to a charity of your choice or to Sangha or even to the poet whose poems I share, Rosemary Watola Tromer, please do so. And I bow my head to each of you and say namaste. Namaste.